After a nice break for All-Star Weekend, the NBA was back in full swing last week. The player with the biggest impact in recent weeks has been Cody Zeller, who had missed roughly 2 months with a broken hand, but has played terrific since returning to the lineup. Many players continue to be crucial members of teams trying to hang on to playoff spots, or make deep runs in the postseason. Here's how these former Hoosier basketball players fared in their first week back from the extended break. Eric Gordon, Houston Rockets, 16.3 points, 2.6 rebounds, 2.8 assists. Coming off well-rested, Eric Gordon played in 36.5 minutes per game during the week that saw the Rockets suffer a loss at the hands of the LeBron-led Los Angeles Lakers, but a win against the reigning champs, the Golden State Warriors. Gordon scored 14 points on 33% shooting against the Lakers, but responded with a strong game against the Warriors that saw him score 25 points on 40% shooting for the night. For the Rockets to consistently win more games, they will need Gordon to shoot more efficiently from three and need him to provide more for his team besides being an outside scoring threat. Weekly stat line: 19.5 ppg, 1.5 rpg, 3.0 apg, 37.5% fg, 36% 3pt. 1-2-1 with Cody Zeller, Charlotte Hornets. 9.7 points, 6.8 rebounds, 2.1 assists. Zeller returned to Hornets energized, as he played 28.5 minutes in the 2 games he played and averaged a double-double on the week. Cody put up a solid 11 points and 9 rebounds against the Wizards in a game where he was at times matched up against former Hoosier Thomas Bryant. In the other game, he provided 13 points and 11 rebounds in a 2-point loss to the Brooklyn Nets. Despite these optimistic numbers, Cody Zeller's shooting percentages have decreased in each of the last 5 games and have continued the downward trend after the All-Star break. Weekly stat line: 12.0 ppg, 10.0 rpg, 1.5 apg, 37.5% fg. 1-2-1 with Cody Zeller, Toronto Raptors. 7.1 points, 3.1 rebounds, 0.7 assists. The Raptors had a 1-1 record to start off the return from the All-Star break with a close win over the San Antonio Spurs and a blowout loss to the Orlando Magic. Anunoby had a solid outing against the Spurs that saw him make all 3 of his 3-point attempts on 75% shooting for the night. If his shooting that night was indicative of an improved 3-point shot, he could easily provide a much-needed scoring punch behind superstar Kawhi Leonard. Anunoby's shooting cooled off 2 nights later in the 15-point loss to the Magic, in which he shot 33% for the game. Weekly stat line: 7.0 ppg, 3.5 rpg, 50% fg, 80% 3pt. 1-1 with Thomas Bryant, Washington Wizards. 9.8 points, 5.9 rebounds, 0.8 blocks. Bryant has continued to show flashes of what he is capable of doing in the NBA, despite only scoring 2 points. On 1 of 6 shooting in a loss to Charlotte against fellow U alum Cody Zeller, he bounced back in his return to Indiana, notching a double-double against the Pacers by scoring 23 points on an effective 9 for 11 shooting and tallying 12 rebounds. He even showed his shooting range as he shot 75% from 3 in that game, in which he faced talented big men Miles Turner and Domantas Sabonis for most of the night. Bryant will look to build off this performance and continue to make his case as an NBA starter. Weekly stat line: 12.5 ppg, 9.5 rpg, 2.0 bpg, 59% fg. 0-2 with Noah Vonleh, New York Knicks. 8.1 points, 7.9 rebounds, 0.8 blocks. The Knicks are seemingly continuing to tank in order for the chance to obtain a high NBA lottery draft pick. Noah Vonleh came back from the break and played an impressive 25 minutes against a strong Minnesota front line in a 9-point loss. He did manage to chip in an efficient 8 points on 4 of 7 shooting. New York followed the loss by winning their first home game in Madison Square Garden since December 1 over the San Antonio Spurs that saw Vonleh put up 3 points in a foul-plagued game. Weekly stat line, 5.5 ppg, 4.0 rpg, 50% fg, 1-to-1 with L. Next, Armand Franklin named City Player of the Year Yogi Ferrell. Sacramento Kings, 6.0 points, 1.6 rebounds, 2.1 assists. Ferrell has seemed to find his niche on the team as a solid backup point guard, averaging 15 minutes per game in the last 5 outings. The Kings played against some of the Western Conference's elite teams in the Golden State Warriors and Oklahoma City Thunder. They successfully held their own, losing to the Warriors by just 2, and beating the Thunder by 3. Yogi had a mediocre week shooting the ball and was tasked with guarding some of the NBA's best point guards in the 2-game week. Weekly stat line, 5.0 ppg, 2.5 rpg, 2.5 apg, 30% fg, 17% 3pt 1-to-1 with L.